So, what is a remodeling of InfoCube? It's nothing but enhancements of InfoCube. If you want to add a new characteristics or a key figure or delete a characteristics or key figure is called remodeling. So you might ask me a question, what is a big deal in just adding a key figure or characteristics into the InfoCube? So why they have given a separate concept called remodeling? Is it that much difficult? It's very easy, right? So let's say I have InfoCube here. Somebody created InfoCube? No one created. Okay, somebody created InfoCube here. Open this, go to any dimension, click on change, then right click on this, say info object array input I will add. Then why should I go for remodeling? That's a question. The thing is of course. Okay, so now we got our screen back. Okay, so if you do this one, this is not the proper way of adding any additional objects into your existing InfoCube. So what happened? This InfoCube is already have some data. What if I add a new field, a new object? That object contains a blank, it doesn't have any data. So what happens if I reload the data? If you reload the data, all other fields also fill up automatically. That's a problem. Is it clear now, guys? What happens if I directly goes and add a field into your InfoCube?
I'm not getting you, Kiran.
Okay, see you have InfoCube. InfoCube contains some data. It has a 5 fields. Every field contains some data. For example, let's say I have a 10 records. I'm going to add one more field. Okay, by opening my InfoCube, right click on dimension, say info object direct input. Now, if you open the InfoCube, do you see that it has some data, without data or with data? That newly added field.
Data, without data.
Now, okay, what if I want to load the data? I will execute DTP. What happens?
In the mapping, we have to select only that particular field.
That's okay. But no. My question is, if I click on execute the DTP, what happens? It loads the data again.
Yes.
Then, what about other fields? Other fields also get the data along with the new field, yes or no?
Yeah, because we'll be using the primary key, the ID field means.
No, don't go to that much technical. It's very simple. Think logically. Whenever I click on execute load the data goes to the new data field and all the existing fields also.
No, it will be added as new records.
Yeah, it will be adding as a new records. That's what I'm telling you. So another 10 records will be loaded.
Yes.
But what is my task? My task is I want to load data only for the newly added field, not all the existing fields. I want only the 10 records which belongs to the new field, but not again another 10 records for all the fields, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it clear, guys, for everyone? Sureka, is it clear?
Yeah, yes, Kiran.
See, what happens is whenever I add the new field, if you open that field, in case if it is a key figure, it will show you 0. If it is a characteristic, it will show you blank. For in case if you have a 10 records, I want to load only to the new field, the data. Then if I execute the DTP, it will load again 10 records. Totally InfoCube contains 20 records, which I don't want it. I want only to add a data to the newly added field. That is not possible to this process. That's the reason we are using a process called remodeling. Remodeling of InfoCube, where we're going to use only to add or to delete a key figure or characteristic info object. Let's check we have any InfoCubes here. DTP direct access, error stack. Standard InfoCube. Let's say I'm going to check the data here. Okay, click on this contents, execute. Oh, I have too much data. I don't want this much. What I can do, expand this 36, 36, 18. Okay, delete all the things. I want only the last 18. Refresh. Now check the data. Fine, I have 18 records here. Let me add a new field. Okay, so how I can do this? Through the remodeling option. So how can I do the remodeling? Just go back to InfoCube, select InfoCube. Before that, you need to have a new info object. So I'm going to info objects. Let's say that I want to add, what is this info area? 8 AM batch. Info area. Okay. I have only salesman ID. Let me add a new info objects. Right click on this, create new info object. I'll say it is a plant name. What is this? Plant name. Okay. It's already exist. Jet plant name. Say it is going to be characteristics 10. Activate. Okay, done this. So it doesn't have any data in the flat file, so I want to add manually. Right click on this info object, say maintain master data. Click on execute, click on create. For example, I'll say I have a plants here in Hyderabad, then I have a plant in Bangalore, then I have a plant in Chennai. So these are the plans which I have. Once you're done, click on save. So once you save, these are the plans which I want to load. These are the data I want to load into InfoCube. Go back. Now go to your InfoCube. Right click on your InfoCube. Additional functions. There is an option remodeling. Select this. Then you need to enter some rule for this remodeling. For example, remodeling 7 AM. Click on create. Then say remodeling for 7 AM batch. Okay, so whatever the InfoCube you have taken, it is going to display all the dimensions. Okay, I have my sales dimensions, I have my product dimensions. I want to add new thing, click on add an operation to list. It's going to give you options. What do you want to do? You want to add a characteristics, delete a characteristics, or replace a characteristics. Add a key figure, delete a key figure, or replace. I want to add a characteristics. Z plant name. Okay, to which dimension? I have so many dimensions. Where is my product dimension? Yeah, you need to always look for the technical name, not the description. Be careful with this. A lot of people enter the description, product dimension. No, you have to always look for the technical name. What is the technical name for the product dimension? If I want to add into this, SIC underscore EX132. SIC underscore EX132. I want to add in this. In case, do you want to use any constant value? Yes, everywhere I want to use Hyderabad. Okay, then click on transfer. Now you can see this is how your remodeling task. Now click on save. Once you save, you will get the schedule. click on a schedule. I want to start immediately. The process has been done. Click on jobs. You can observe whether it has been completed or not. What is that? RM 7 AM. That is my remodeling. What happens? It is finished. Very good. Once it is done, just go back. Go back. Go back. Now this is your InfoCube. Right click on InfoCube. Observe that object overview. It is displaying you structure of your InfoCube. That is called object overview. If you say object overview, characteristics, plant name. I got my plant name, newly added info objects under characteristics. Okay, so it is displaying for you. Now, if you want to say display the data, right click on InfoCube, say display data, field selection output, salesman ID, product ID. Please observe I have a plant name also. Now click on execute. Execute. So I got the plant name for all the records is a constant value without disturbing any other fields data. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, Kiran.
Okay, so this is called remodeling. Now I'm going to show you one more option in a remodeling only. Let's say right click on your InfoCube, go to additional functions, say remodeling again. So what I want to do here, I want to do one more remodeling 7 AM 2. Okay, one more thing, enter this. I want to remodeling I want to delete a key figure. Okay, then expand your InfoCube, look for what are the key figures are available. Okay, I have 3 key figures. Let's delete one. What I want to do, I want to delete the key figure. Okay, what key figure you want to delete? I want to delete profit. What is the technical name of profit? PROFIT 13. That is a technical name. That is called profit technical name. PROFIT 13. Okay, done. Click on transfer. Then click on save. Then click on schedule. Then click on start immediately. Then click on not monitor. Go to click on jobs. Check your job. Remote SM 7 AM underscore 2. It is completed. Very good. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Right click on it. Say right click on it. Say this. I'll say object overview. Please observe. Okay, so key figure sales profit, it is still available. Okay, it's still available. How it is possible? Open the InfoCube. It is not available here. Object overview is displaying, but if you open your InfoCube, the profit is missing. Why? We have deleted your key figure. Clear, guys? Any questions here?
Okay.
Okay, that is called remodeling. You can do the remodeling concepts like this. Okay, the next topic is going to be aggregates. Aggregates, we have seen aggregation as of now. What is aggregation? Summarization of the data. But there is aggregates. What is aggregates? Aggregates is nothing but we say it's a small InfoCubes or baby InfoCubes or baby cubes we say. If InfoCube contains a multiple load request with millions of records, then it consumes more processing time to summarize or aggregates the duplicate records into single unit. We use aggregates to improve the InfoCube query performance. That is the only purpose we use. It is also called as baby cubes or aggregate cubes. So how do I create the aggregates? So we're talking about aggregates. So how I can start the aggregates? Let's say enter the transaction code RS11. Just go to your InfoCube. Okay. So first of all, how do I check whether before doing any task, if they give you to the compression or if they give you to do aggregation, any kind of task or partitioning, you have to check first whether this InfoCube is already done, already aggregated, already compressed or not. These things you have to do first. Now the task is I want to do aggregates. First what I need to do? I need to find out in this InfoCube whether aggregates are happened or not. Go to manage. If you go to manage, there is a column here, compression status of aggregates. So there is no indicator. If there is no indicator, what does it mean? It is not aggregated. Now you can start your work. This is the first checkpoint which you have to do. Right click on your InfoCube, say maintain aggregates. So whenever you maintain aggregates here, I think we already done this one. Okay, let's select another one. That's already done. Right click on this, maintain aggregates. Whenever you say maintain aggregates, you're going to get one option called create by yourself and get proposal. Get proposal is nothing but system. Do you want the system to propose the aggregates? No. I want to create my own aggregates. Create by yourself. Then it will display a number of dimensions are available in the InfoCube. In these dimensions, what I want to do, I want to create aggregates on salesman ID. So I want to create a separate small baby cube for only salesman ID data. It's very much faster. So I'm bringing out of InfoCube. So I'm bringing out of InfoCube the salesman ID. It is going to ask you what is your description. Okay, my description is going to be, for example, AGGR_SMID. That's a short description, that's a long description, both. Okay, so once you do this one, then what I need to do, I want to create one more called product ID. Okay, so once you do this product ID, it's going to ask me this, what is AGGR_product ID. Okay, I have two info objects which I have taken. If you observe here, I have a status, I have a field or switch off, I have a save point. Okay, now expand this, I have a sales dimension, expand this, I have a salesman ID info object. It contains star. Star means all characteristics values which can be summarized. If it is a F, in case if it is going to show you the letter called F, that is called fixed values. That's in a key figures. In case if it is going to show you H, that is called hierarchy values. If it is a star, it is a characteristic value. Okay, so once you see this, we have here a column called aggregation or selection type. Okay, under this you can observe here. Now let's do the aggregation. First I want to do aggregation for salesman ID. Select salesman ID. First click on activate. When you click on activate, it is going to show you a request. This is my request. Please observe here I need to do 2 times the start button. One for activation process. The second time start for filling the process. What is a filling? I am getting my salesman ID out of my InfoCube. So what happens? When I'm getting out of my InfoCube, first I want to activate this. Then I want to get the data also. From where? From my InfoCube. That's the reason I'll say one for status, one for filling. Okay, click on start. This is for status. Say immediate. Okay, then you need to click on once again. Click on start. then click on immediate. This is for status filling. Status filling in the sense you're filling the data. Once you've done this, click on refresh. Okay, so it is gone. The task has been completed. Once the task has been completed, please observe I got 2 green check boxes. Then select aggregates for PID. Click on activate. Then click on start. Immediate. Then click on start. Again immediate. Done. Click on refresh. Okay, click on close. I got 2. So it is successful. It has been filled. Now what I need to do is click on aggregate data. When you click on aggregate data, field selection for output, whatever the fields you want to do it, select the fields, click on execute, execute. You can observe this is aggregated data. It is going to display to you. Now you want to see the proper data, then we have one more option. Click on go to, there is an option called aggregate data. That's the same thing again. Click on here, select whatever the fields you want to see this product ID. See, I have selected product ID, only product ID is displaying here. There is no SMID. Now click on execute. The product ID related to the key figures to this. Okay, see, V, everything is V profit, V quantity, V sales, unit and currency with the product ID. So automatically key figures comes because it is coming from the InfoCube. Don't get confusion with these key figures. You need to observe only the product ID separate now out of your InfoCube. Now go back. Okay, right click on this. Open once again, maintain aggregates. Okay, now select salesman ID. Now click on go to aggregate data, field selection for output. Please observe I have only SMID here. Execute, execute. It contains only SMID data. This is how you can check the aggregated data. This is what called aggregates of InfoCube or baby cubes. Okay, so once you've done this aggregation, then what happens is it is not available for reporting on immediate basis. If I want to send this for reporting, then you have to right click on your InfoCube, go to manage. You have to do the roll up for the InfoCube. Then only it is, see, now it's all aggregates are checked, everything. Okay, now select the roll up, enter some job name, whatever the job name you want to enter. Okay, for example, like that, click on execute. This is called roll up the aggregate. See, all requests aggregated, no further need for aggregation. Now the data is ready for reporting from the aggregates. Click on a job and check that whether the job has been completed or not. Okay, once you've done this one, go back, right click on your InfoCube, select manage, then check the request. What is the request? Compression status of aggregates. Then what is this? Roll up status in the InfoCube and aggregates. Now the aggregates has been created in this particular InfoCube. They have created 2 aggregates. Those are ready for available for reporting. Now the reports run much faster comparing with the earlier stage. That is called aggregates. Clear, guys? Any questions here? Aggregates?
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to view the aggregated information, technical information in the back end of the system. How the system will create some information. Go to S11. There is a table called RSDAGGRDIR, aggregates directory. The table name is aggregate directory. Select this, click on display, then click on contents. Then you need to enter your InfoCube. Oh, I didn't remember what is my InfoCube. What is that? I'll still remember. SIC underscore EX1, I believe. One only. Okay, so we don't remember, then what I need to do? Slash ORSA11 EX16. Copy this, go back here, enter your InfoCube. I want to see all my aggregated data. This is for system understanding purpose. System has created aggregates. See, these aggregate cubes. There are two cubes which has created. One is for SMID, one for salesman ID. It contains some information. This contains some aggregates ID. This is how the system will generate some aggregates information behind the screen, and there is a separate table called aggregates dir, aggregates directory, it will be there. Okay, so this is how you can check the technical information of your aggregates. Now you need to remember one thing: aggregates can be created on the top of standard info cube, characteristics info objects, navigation attributes, and hierarchy levels. Only these, on top of these objects only I can create aggregates. We cannot create aggregates on top of DSO, data store object. We cannot create aggregates, and we cannot create aggregates on display attributes or virtual info providers or multi providers and info sets. No. Where I can create aggregates? Only standard info cube, characteristic info objects, navigation attributes, and hierarchy levels. Okay. So when do you create aggregates? Whenever you feel that there is a number of records which I want to read or available, the number of records which is available, the ratio is more than 10%, then I will go for aggregation. In case if my query, the database access time is taking much more time, like 30% of my query runtime, then I can go for aggregate. You need to check only one thing, that whether the whether the system, the database is running, whether the InfoCube is running slow, reports are displaying very, like taking a lot of time consuming. In this situation, I'll go for aggregation. Why aggregates? To improve your query performance, reporting performance. That is called aggregates. Any questions, guys?
Okay.